The feds really caught Durkio in 4K. The footage that federal authorities have in their case against Durk is shocking. That man may actually face the death penalty. CCTV footage, interview footage, music videos, and so much more. And I'm here to unpack it all for you, so strap in. New footage goes viral. On October 24th, FBI agents moved in to arrest Lil Durk at the Miami area airport around 8 p.m., just an hour before his scheduled departure to Italy. As it turns out, the rapper knew that the feds were onto him, and he was trying to make a quick getaway. And new reports show that he was being monitored by several federal agencies because it was the U.S. Customs and Border Protection alerted the FBI when Durk booked 2 one-way flights to Dubai and Switzerland on October 24th. These bookings raised immediate red flags as they suggested an attempt to evade the legal consequences of the unfolding indictment. While Lil Durk did not board the flights to Dubai or Switzerland, the situation took a more dramatic turn when the FBI discovered that he had also arranged for a private plane to depart Miami and arrive in Italy. The timing of these bookings, coupled with the serious charges facing his associates, painted a picture of a man on the run, seeking refuge from the storm of legal troubles closing in on him. But as the Chicago rapper sits in jail, new footage surrounding the case keeps popping up on social media. The most damning footage is actually in police custody and was featured in the indictment. The feds have footage of Durkio's goons following Quando Rondo around in LA. What's even more damning is that the feds also have footage of OTF members committing the murder they are accused of. But this isn't the only footage that's going viral because Lil Durk actually snitched on himself on camera. Back in 2023, Lil Durk sat down with DJ Academics and he revealed some pretty dark stuff. Since King Von died, internet trolls kept telling Durk to get revenge for Von with the popular phrase, "slide for Von." At the time, Durk openly said that he wouldn't slide for Von because of the consequences. In his track, Hearing Sirens, Durk raps, "My brother shot dead to violence. I truly think the feds around us y'all tell me slide. Then turn around, then have the nerve to clown us. You ain't worried about lawyers. You'd rather talk about Tory and Meg Thee Stallion. Like them blogs. Not your dog you turn to. Cowards." However, the slide for Von comments must have got to him. In his DJ Academics interview, he was asked what he thought about the slide for Von comments.
What are you talking about? By the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They be like, they be saying slide for Von. I think they trolling me.
Academics wasn't ready for the answer because what Durk said next left him shook. According to Durk, there was a reason why those comments suddenly disappeared.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water. You be seeing them comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
Even fans couldn't help but notice that Durk had just snitched on himself. One fan said, "This gonna be played on repeat in the court." Another comment read, "Really don't be talking in code like they think they do. The feds love this clip, I'm sure." What more crazy is that he also snitched on himself in his music. In the track Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, Durk raps, "Look on the news and see your son. You screaming no, no, and all them hanging with him. If you know, you know." Durk was talking about Quando Rondo, who was caught on camera screaming after his cousin, Lil Pab, was shot and killed by Durkio's OTF shooters. In another track, Rumors, Lil Durk raps, "I don't want no who you catch. I want the one I paid for." Well, turns out that Lil Durk really did pay for his ops to get murked. According to court documents, the feds have obtained information from Durk's iCloud, where he warned the shooters not to book anything in his name. However, despite the warning, they still went ahead and booked the flights using a credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. And now Durk has been charged with murder for hire, which could see him spend the rest of his life in jail or even face the death penalty. But Durk can't blame anyone but himself for his snitching spree because, ironically, in the track Rumors, where he brags about paying for hits on his ops, Gucci Mane, who is also on the track, warns him about snitching on himself in his music, saying, "Watch the you say. The feds be listening to the music and they gonna take your lyrics and build a case and try to use it." But this isn't the only time the Chicago drill rapper has been caught up in a murder for hire plot. Just days before his arrest, Durk was caught up in a lawsuit filed by one of his ops' moms. Lashina Weekly, FBG Duck's mother, took a bold step by filing a lawsuit against Lil Durk, his record label Only the Family, and the estate of King Von. The lawsuit alleges that these parties not only condoned, but also profited from the violence that led to her son's death. Central to the lawsuit is the claim that that King Von, a close associate of Lil Durk, who was killed just 3 months after FBG Duck, had placed a $100,000 bounty on Duck's life. Turns out there was a rat in Von's camp because the feds only found out about the bounty after someone snitched. According to the informant, Von had put a $50,000 bounty on Duck's head. However, no one was willing to do it, so Von bumped his offer to $100,000. And Von might not be the only one of Durk's friends who has placed a bounty on his ops, because his close buddy Youngin Ace might have done the same thing to his now dead op, Julio Fulio. In his last interview before he was gunned down, Fulio revealed that he had heard rumors that someone had put a bounty on his head.
Do you feel like you got money on your head?
I done heard a few rumors in the streets, but I heard that. I heard 50 one time, I heard 80 one time.
And the details surrounding his death might prove that Ace actually paid for the hit. According to Fulio's mom, who has been working closely with the cops, it was a paid hit.
Do you think it was a paid hit?
I do.
Ace seemed to confirm that it was a paid hit during an appearance on a YouTube show, where he was asked what he had last invested money in.
What's the last thing you invested in?
One thing Ace should worry about is rats in his camp, because it turns out Durk was sold out by one of his homies. Court documents detail how a dude named OTF Jam, a trusted member of Durk's crew, played a crucial role in the investigation. Jam, who had been released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder, was identified as an informant who had been cooperating with authorities for years. His decision to wear a wire and provide information to law enforcement was a betrayal that no one saw coming, especially not Lil Durk. According to the court documents, Jam's recordings and the information he provided were key in linking Durk to the murder-for-hire plot. And now these secret recordings have formed the backbone of the case against Durk. Jam, a longtime member of OTF, was considered a brother by Lil Durk. During Jam's 12-year incarceration for attempted murder, Durk stood by him, providing financial support and ensuring that Jam's needs were met. This included covering legal fees, purchasing a house and car, and gifting him more than $50,000 in cash.
They say they gave you 50, bro. You know
Oh,
what I'm
facts. Facts.
saying?
More than that. Shit. More than that. Shit.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight.
But why would Durk go to such lengths to have an op murked? What really sparked the beef that had murders taking place across state lines? Well, the answer lies in a beef that started between NBA Youngboy and King Von and Lil Durk and Quando Rondo beef. Despite Durkio going down for trying to have Quando Rondo killed, the two were actually friends. In an interview with DJ Academics, Lil Durk revealed that he, Von, and Quando were buddies and often clowned Von's ops, 63rd together.
I'm saying though, 63rd dirty.
But all this love would soon turn to deep hatred, and it all started with Von dissing Youngboy. While on Instagram Live, Von called out Youngboy for lying in his lyrics.
Young boy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
He talking crazy on this.
Oh yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On this nah.
On his
Cap. You got cap in your rap.
Apart from insinuating that Youngboy was lying in his lyrics, King Von was rumored to have a fling with Youngboy's baby mama. Von went on social media to fuel the rumor, which was disrespectful to Youngboy. First, Von tweeted, "Wouldn't believe the female I just made a hit with." Von must have been clout chasing using Youngboy's name since he was pretty big at the time. It was not long before photos of him and Youngboy's baby mama Jania surfaced on the internet. Things got even crazier when Von's girlfriend at the time, Asian Doll, took to her Instagram to confirm the rumor that Von and Jania had slept together. According to her, she had seen the DMs between Von and Jania, and there was something going on between the two. She even revealed that their excuse about making music was nothing but a lie. Youngboy had already gotten wind of the rumor and had taken it as disrespect. Fed up with Von's antics, Youngboy took to social media to clap back. He posted a photo on Instagram with the caption, "I'm gonna make sure my son f*** your daughter since you trolling." Since Von does have a daughter, it was pretty clear who Youngboy was talking about. On August 5th, 2020, Quando Rondo took his homie Lil Tim to the club. Lil Tim had just got out of jail after he was arrested and charged with conspiracy to violate the Georgia Controlled Substance Act, theft by receiving stolen property, and obstruction after detectives seized more than $16,000, 15 pounds of marijuana, and 2 firearms.
He just wanna, you feel me? You
feel me? He just got out of prison. He just want to have fun.
However, Quando Rondo, who was with him, didn't want to party. Instead, he wanted to nap outside the club in the car. Interestingly, Lil Tim decided to stay with Quando in the car, which made all the difference.
He like, Lil bro, Lil Tim tell me, Lil bro, I'm not about to let you go in no club. He be like, no, Lil bro, I'm not about to let you sit in no car and go to sleep.
Right, by yourself.
You feel me? I'm about to sit in and roll up.
At the same time, King Von had just left Opium nightclub after successfully releasing his first album, Welcome to O Block, and headed to the Monaco Hookah Lounge, where Quando and Lil Tim were. Just as Von was about to exit his vehicle and head to the club, one of his homeboys notified him that he had just seen fellow rapper Quando Rondo in the parking lot. Von was out of the car in a split second and headed toward Quando's direction. Quando was now on his way to the club. Von attacked him with a few crew members behind him, knocking him to the ground. Von's guys joined in and started raining blows on Quando as he tried vainly to escape his attackers. In a split second, Lil Tim appeared from behind their vehicle with a gun in hand and started letting off shots as everyone ran away. Von was hit on his torso. Two off-duty cops who were near the club started letting off shots and shot Lil Tim. After the dust settled, Von's guys pulled up next to him and loaded him into the vehicle before speeding to the nearest hospital. Lil Tim limped into their vehicle with Quando Rondo and drove to the hospital. As fate would have it, the two groups ended up in the same hospital. Luckily, there was no more violence. Sadly, Von passed away during surgery. According to court documents, Durk started plotting for Quando's death immediately Von was killed. Rumors began to circulate that Durk had placed a bounty on Rondo's head, fueling speculation and fear within the industry. Turns out it was actually true. According to court documents, OTF Jam told cops that after Von's death, Durk used coded language to tell OTF members that he would pay a bounty to anyone who would take part in killing Quando Rondo. Durk's cousin, DeAndre Wilson, also told OTF members that anyone who took part in the murder would be rewarded with lucrative music opportunities with OTF, which was also a music label. The first time Quando Rondo almost lost his life was back in 2021 in Georgia. The timeline of events leading up to the shooting incident involving Quando Rondo and his team in Georgia began on a seemingly ordinary Saturday night, as the rapper was scheduled to perform at a local club in Georgia. The club, located just a short drive from the eventual scene of the shooting, was buzzing with activity as the night wore on. The performance went off without a hitch, and as the night drew to a close, Rondo and his entourage prepared to leave the venue. In the early hours of Sunday morning, after the performance, the timeline took a dramatic turn. As Rondo and his team departed from the club, they made a brief stop at a convenience store in Blackshear, Georgia. According to law enforcement sources, it was during this stop that gunfire erupted, targeting the rapper and his team. It is believed that Quando Rondo was present at the scene when the gunfire began, although he was not there when authorities arrived. One member of Rondo's entourage was injured in the attack, sustaining a gunshot wound to the hand. By August 2022, the situation reached a boiling point. According to federal court records, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. And on August 18, 2022, Lil Durk's associates, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston arrived in Los Angeles. They had traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. Upon their arrival, the OTF members met with Keon Grant, a top associate who had flown to Los Angeles on a private jet. Grant played a crucial role in facilitating the operation, securing hotel accommodations for the group, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 luxury sedans to be used in the ambush. According to court records, Grant also provided Jones and Lindsay with firearms, including one that had been converted into a machine gun, further escalating the potential for violence. As the day unfolded, the group allegedly began tracking Quando Rondo and his associate Robinson as they traveled around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. Their journey took them to various locations, including a marijuana dispensary and a clothing store in West Hollywood. The tension was palpable as the suspects followed their targets, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The climax of the day's events occurred at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling area in the heart of Los Angeles. Here, Asa Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando Rondo and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones and Lindsay reportedly exited their vehicle, armed and ready to execute their plan. In a dramatic turn of events, the suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets in an attempt to kill Rondo. Tragically, Robinson, who was standing outside the Escalade, was struck and killed in the gunfire, while Rondo miraculously escaped unharmed. The scene was one of chaos and terror as bystanders scrambled for safety and the suspects fled the scene. In the aftermath of the attempted ambush, the suspects regrouped at an In-N-Out hamburger stand where they allegedly discussed payment with Keon Grant. The group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego. Although Durk may have been sliding for Von, there is evidence to show that he was trying to make up for snitching on his best friend. The details of this new plot twist are nothing short of shocking. Lil Durk betrayed King Von.
Durk and Lil Baby, they unfollowed Gunna.
Lil Durk told on King Von. That's how he beat his charges.
For years, there has been a rumor that Durk actually told on King Von. As crazy as that sounds, there was a whole lot of evidence and talk on the streets that showed the OTF leader may have beat an attempted murder charge after snitching on his best friend. The attempted murder charge was from an incident that took place back in February 2019 in Atlanta. That day, at around 5:45 a.m., shots were fired in the parking lot of The Varsity, a popular restaurant located in Midtown Atlanta. 23-year-old Alexander Weatherspoon had been shot. Witnesses told the authorities that an SUV with 300 plastered on the side was seen speeding away from the scene after the shots were fired. 3 months later, on May 4th, 2019, Von would be the first suspect arrested in connection with the shooting. Bezu, a gang member affiliated with Trigger Happy Family, THF, was also arrested 9 days later. Finally, the Atlanta police issued an arrest warrant on May 29, 2019 for the final suspect in the shooting incident, Lil Durk. The Chicago rapper was hit with 5 felony charges. These included criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, unlawful association with criminal street gang to conduct or participate in crime, possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Despite the fact that he was on tour when the warrant was issued, Durk canceled everything and went straight to Atlanta. He immediately dropped a record titled Turn Myself In. The next day, the rapper wasted no time in getting ahead of any narrative by granting WSB-TV an interview at his lawyer's office. In the interview, the rapper revealed that he was about to surrender to the authorities the same day. According to him, he had nothing to hide nor nothing to run from.
You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from.
Lil Durk also maintained his innocence and denied committing any of the 5 charges leveled against him.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
The rapper then proceeded to surrender himself to authorities at the Fulton County Jail the same day. Years later, the case would take a different turn. In late October 2022, all charges against Durk were dropped due to insufficient evidence. Durk's lawyers pointed out that their position was always that Durk was present at the crime scene, although he was never involved in the shooting. At the time his charges were released, Von had already died, which led many to believe that Durk may have told on Von. Many people were confused by the sudden turn of events because of the stack of evidence against the Chicago rapper. According to a female eyewitness, a fight broke out in a car that was in front of them. The witness then said that she saw Durk pull out a firearm. At this point, she was forced to run for her life. As she ran around the building, she heard shots fired. She later saw the victim in a pool of blood. Detectives also revealed that they had obtained surveillance footage showing Durk's hand sticking out of the SUV and firing his weapon at Weatherspoon.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim.
Shocking court documents may reveal whether Durk ratted out his friend. In a statement released by Vonnie Willis, she revealed that if co-defendant Davon Bennett, aka King Von, had not died in 2020, he would have been indicted for this incident. This statement sent the industry crazy. So according to the DA, if Von was alive, even if all the evidence to this point revolved around Durk, he would still have been charged, and Durk would have gone scot-free. The theory was that Durk had told on Von and passed all the blame on him. Since Von could not defend himself, Durk was allowed to walk. Some former members of Von's gang, O Block, also had the same feeling. According to them, if Durk was present when Von committed the crime yet he did not report it, Durk would have faced the same consequences even if he did not commit the crime. Therefore, for him to have all his charges dropped, he must have given the authorities some information.
If I'm with you, we do something, you don't report it, but you know I did it and you don't report it, we go on about our life. You are as liable as to the case as I am. What I'm finna go down for, you finna go down for, unless when you get in this behind these doors, you tell me something that I don't know. And then probably a little bit more.
However, there was a general feeling that Von was set up long before he died. One of the incidents that proved this was when one of Lil Durk's lawyers, Nicole Mormon, while posing as airport security, was rumored to have searched Von at an airport, an incident that Von caught on camera. It turns out that Nicole worked with the state for nearly 5 years as a felony probation officer and specialized task force agent, meaning she could go undercover. The plan seemed to be to get Von in serious trouble and portray him as the dangerous one between him and Durk. That way, Durk would walk and Von would end up in prison. Was Durk really making up for snitching on Von? This might be revealed as the trial gets underway. Meanwhile, you can watch similar content by clicking on the boxes playing on your screen.